Oh boy, Junko is betraying Mukuro here. How is Mukuro gonna handle such a thing? How is she gonna explain this whole thing? And even if she tried, I doubt that the students are gonna believe her. She is in quite a pickle over here.
Well, why the hesitation?
Shouted the foolishly honest Taka. Oh, wait, that was Taka. Okay. Why the hesitation? Shouted the foolishly honest Taka. As my classmate, I have complete faith in you. From behind him, Hifumi Yamada, the ultimate fanfic creator, murmured to himself as cold sweat ran down his cheeks.
Wow, look at that. I guess this is what they call a checkmate, huh?
Okay, who is that? Why did you just fess up already, you fucking bastard? In contrast to Hifumi, Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader, was really pissed. Yeah, I don't know. There is a little bit of difficulty reading this particular novel over here because they say the lines of the students and then after that I have to press press forward to see who said that. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know who said that. And it's gonna be a little bit difficult. However, there were some students who were busy questioning Monokuma instead of Mukuro. Hey, you're not coming to save us? Shouted Leon Kubota, the ultimate baseball star. You should hurry up and charge in here already! Monokuma looked at Leon and shook his head softly.
The police can't help you right now. Not only are you guys hostages, it's possible that the entire school has been rigged with explosives and poisonous gas! I hacked into this Monokuma robot to investigate that for myself! Then, what about everyone on that DVD? What about everyone outside the school?
The memory of the DVD she was forced to watch yesterday still weighed heavily on her mind, but Monokuma didn't have a clear answer.
I don't know anything about any DVDs, but there are definitely terrorists causing havoc out there. Law enforcement around the world is in shambles trying to deal with this. That's impossible!
Sayaka shuddered and collapsed to her knees.
Sayaka.
Next to her, Chihiro Fushisaki, the ultimate programmer, was unsure about what she should do. Behind her, two other girls stood silently. The first was Toko Fukawa, the ultimate writing prodigy. She seemed to be trying very hard not to look at Makoto as he lay bleeding. Oh yeah, the next thing that we want is to have Toko transform into a genocide Geo because she's seeing blood right now. That would be just sweet. The other was a quiet girl who hadn't talked about herself much named Kyoko Kirigiri. Yeah boy. Unlike Toko, Kyoko was watching everything intently, as if she were studying the scene of a crime. As if. From Makoto's breathing patterns to subtle changes in Mukuro's facial expression, nothing was escaping her attention. Yep. She probably figured out this whole thing in like 10 seconds. Like, there's no way Monokuma is telling the truth. Like, this guy is Bishiki Madare. She probably figured this out really quickly. Unlike Byakuya, who is going forward with his stupidity. Suddenly, Toko began nervously talking to Sakura.
So anyway, let's just say that Mukuro woman or whoever over there is the terrorist. Hurry up and beat her to death or something.
We don't know that yet. My fists do not mete out justice based on simple speculation. Okay, that was a little bit too much like a Monokuma. Sakura tried to get near Makoto to examine his wounds, but Monokuma stood in her way shouting, "Don't come any closer!" This meant that Mukuro was the only one who could get close to Makoto. She had ended countless lives on the battlefield. She knew from experience. If she didn't treat Makoto's wounds, he would die. His wounds were not immediately fatal, but if he continued losing blood, he would eventually slip into shock and die shortly thereafter. Oh my god. I just didn't know before if he instantly died, but I think that there's still a chance. We gotta do something about this.
Please, you need to treat Makoto first.
Absolutely not, said Byakuya, harshly interrupting Mukuro. God damn it! I thought that somebody else was gonna say that. Yeah, it's a bit difficult at times to read this.
Hey, Makoto is in danger. Now's not the time for that.
Said I. God damn it! I thought that was Mukuro. As she cast a wary glance at Makoto, she was still having trouble understanding the situation and hadn't decided if Makoto was suspicious or not. Byakuya was about to snap back at her, but Mukuro's actions stunned him into silence. She took a deep breath, and then Mukuro removed the blonde wig from her head. Where there were two long, blonde pigtails only a moment before, there was now short, black hair. She cleared her face of all emotion, and when she spoke, her voice rang throughout the gym.
I'm not Junko Enoshima. My name is Mukuro Ikusaba.
The student stared wide-eyed at her open confession. All she did was remove her wig and clear her emotions. But in doing so, the person the students had recognized as Junko Enoshima vanished from their sight. The terrorist that had taken her place continued to speak in a calm, stoic tone.
I help lock everyone inside this academy.
The confession on the seaside cliff moment has finally arrived,
Hifumi blurted out. Wigs? Wigs are against school regulations, Junko! I mean Mukuro! Shouted Taka. As if stirred by their cries of excitement, the other students began clamoring among themselves. Huh? Said Yasuhiro. So Makuro's wounds are like real? Yeah, I forgot. Yasuhiro is still thinking that this whole thing is a fake. Does that mean that stuff about terrorists and whatever is all real too? So everything that's happened these past few days wasn't a bunch of stage events? Knock knock, who's there? Reality hits, Yasuhiro. As the reality of the situation began dawning on Yasuhiro, all Leon could say to him was, "Shut the hell up." Byakuya just remained calm and addressed Mukuro in a condescending manner. What does your group want? If you were after money, you would have already tried to negotiate with me. Byakuya. Of course, I'd already let them die than surrender to your ransom demands. I actually forgot that we were talking about Byakuya before... No, you know, all the things that happened in the Killing game. Like, his beginnings of the douchebaggery.
Our purpose is to fill the world with despair.
Byakuya scoffed at his motion, and began to speak once again. I see. Monokuma said something similar, so that ideology is what fuels your terrorism. It's true, if he did anything to me, you would certainly fill the world with despair. Shut up, Byakuya. But obviously, that would be impossible for you. Aoi couldn't believe what Byakuya was saying, and frowned as she muttered. You know, I certainly do not miss Byakuya being a douchebag.
How self-centered can you be?
After confirming that Byakuya had no more questions for her, Mukuro looked at Makoto, whose breathing had slowed, and let her voice show some emotion.
But Makoto has nothing to do with this. You can't believe what Monokuma says.
What did you say, bitch? Shouted Mondo. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're a terrorist, just like Monokuma said. Mukuro looked away from Mondo and continued speaking.
That's true. But Makoto isn't involved at all.
Celeste coldly brushed her objection aside.
I do not think trying to protect him will do you any good. After all, we all heard Makoto call you by your real name. That's...
She had no words. There was nothing she could say to protect Makoto. Even though Makoto was truly innocent, Though Mukuro was the ultimate soldier, her powers were largely limited to battle. Even a normal high school student could outwit her when it comes to debate and negotiation. If she were the ultimate negotiator, she might be able to convince them that their memories had really been erased. But in her current situation, if she tried to bring up their memory loss, they would think it was a desperate excuse. Even Mukuro knew that. What are we gonna do, Mukuro? What are we gonna do? Mukuro, like, Makoto is gonna die there if you're not gonna do anything. But even if she didn't know what to say, she still knew what to do. Huh?
Right now, we need to treat Makoto first.
And then, she started walking toward Makoto as if nothing had happened. To the others, it seemed like Mukuro had decided to abruptly change the subject.
Hold it. We will immediately take Makoto to the nurse's office for treatment. However, we must tie you up.
This was Sakura's honest demand. But there was no way Mukuro could accept it. If she was separated from Makoto, there'd be no telling what Monokuma would do to him. And between Mondo's hot temper and Byakuya's cold heart, Makoto could easily sustain further injuries under the pretense of interrogation. Furthermore, among these students, Mukuro knew she was the only one who had experience treating wounds due to her time with Fenrir. After mulling that over, she narrowed her eyes and went silent. Her mind was made up. She was determined to fight her way out of here and escape with Makoto. Wait, what? What?
I apologize, but I need you to fall asleep right now.
As she said that, Sakura instantly positioned herself behind Mukuro. Oh god! She was completely within her blind spot. To a normal person, it would have seemed like Sakura had suddenly vanished. Oh god! Sakura is doing her first move. She's moving at the speed of sound. After moving faster than any human being could see, Sakura's equally fast hands launched a blow toward the back of Mukuro's neck. Oh no! Mukuro! However,
Sorry, Sakura, but I need to get out of here.
Mukuro parried Sakura's fist with a spinning roundhouse kick. Oh! A spinning roundhouse kick? Whoa! Sakura raised an eyebrow at an unexpected counterattack. Mukuro tried to use the momentum of her kick to sweep Sakura's feet out from under her. However, Sakura dodged and instinctively struck back against Mukuro's pivot leg. Oh god! A fight! We're having a fight over here! Mukuro Ikusaba versus Sakura! Oh god! But Mukuro was faster and jumped up, aiming a tornado kick at Sakura's chin. A tornado kick?! What?! Sakura deflected the attack with one arm, then both combatants leapt backwards, glared, and charged simultaneously. Every blow they dealt was parried and countered by the other, and though they were both unarmed, the sound of their battle echoed throughout the gym. It was like a typhoon had been compressed to the size of a car and set loose inside the gym. The other students were powerless to stop them. All they could do was stare at the breathtaking dance of death unfolding before them. Oh god! Whew. Oh god, I don't know, I do want Mukuro to win this so that she can escape with she can escape with Makoto, but I don't want Sakura to be in danger, like to be injured. I mean, it's Sakura. She is a tough cookie and all that, but still. After 10 minutes had passed, the enormous sound of one final impact rang throughout the gym. The two warriors leapt back once again and breathed heavily as they stared each other down.
My mistake. Though it's only been a few days, I can't believe I did not notice such an...
My mistake. Though it's only been a few days, I cannot believe I did not notice such an impressive fighter was hiding among us. In addition to the surprise Sakura felt, it was as if the battle had left her energized. Mukuro, on the other hand, looked down at her arm, confirmed it had been wounded during the battle, and thought to herself,
she's strong. I don't think Sakura is even taking this seriously right now.
I figured as much. Mukuro is the ultimate soldier, but Sakura is the ultimate martial artist. Like, Mukuro can probably beat Mukuro. Like, Sakura can beat Mukuro at close combat. Despite being constantly surrounded by firearms, blades, traps, and explosives during her time with Fenrir, this was the first time she had ever been wounded. Mukuro was powerless before the might of the woman known as the ultimate martial artist, and the strongest woman in the world. Just as I thought, I can't beat Sakura with my bare hands alone. If she had been directly ordered to kill Sakura, Mukuro would have opted to either snipe her from a distance, or poison her. At this close range, she would need an assault rifle just to stand a fighting chance. I don't have time for this. She looked at Makoto and confirmed that his breathing had grown even shallower. I need to hurry. But at that moment, she had no one to turn to for help. Suddenly, Mukuro had an idea. Oh, what's it gonna be? Wait, I don't think that she's gonna have a chance against Sakura, so she's gotta do something, I don't know. Like, throw one of the basketballs at her, I don't know. It was true that getting an ally in this situation was impossible. However, she could still turn one person into her enemy's enemy. Wait, what? Mukuro took a deep breath before she charged at Sakura. Then she immediately fainted and charged at a different girl. Toko, who had been cowering in fear from the battle between Sakura and Mukuro in the corner of the gym. Are you telling me that you... Mukuro! This is bad. Sakura was caught off guard and tried to run after her, but Mukuro was one step ahead and reached Toko first.
Why me?
I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on.
Mukuro jabbed Toko in her solar plexus, and she fell into her arms. Taka and Aoi yelled out in shock. Oh god.
This is bad. She plans to use Toko as a hostage.
Toko! Well, I don't know if it was really for... God damn it. In contrast to their shocked faces, Byakuya just snickered and coldly remarked, "You fool. You really think we care if you take someone we just met a few days ago as your hostage?" Mukuro just... whatever. Mukuro just softly glanced at Byakuya and replied, "You didn't meet her a few days ago." But what did you say? "You met her 2 years ago." Byakuya scowled. Mukuro ignored him and he held her bloody arm in front of Toko's face. And then, she yelled into her ears. "Wake up! Genocide Jack!" It seems so random and out of place. Why would Mukuro mention the name of a notorious serial killer right now? That's because Toko is the serial killer! The students looked at each other with confusion, but suddenly... Toko, who had been groaning in pain, suddenly kicked off of the floor of the gym with renewed vigor. She leapt into the air. Oh my fucking god. Genocide Jill! Genocide Jill too! Oh my god, this is like a big reunion over here. Sort of. She leaped into the air much higher than any normal human should have been able to. Yep, just like Woody the Woodpecker. While hovering several meters in midair, Toko twirled faster than a professional figure skater. This caused her scarf to flutter, revealing multiple pairs of sparkling scissors. And more than just that, countless tally marks were scratched into her legs, like a kill count carved into a fighter jet. If not for this situation, Toko's glamorous jumps and spins would have been a sight to behold. The girl formerly known as Toko Fukawa cackled wildly, her red eyes sparkling as her absurdly long tongue flowed out of her mouth.
You come for me and so I appear. Genocide! I gotta murder you for you! I owe you for YOU! Toko?
The situation had changed so drastically that even Sayaka, who was silent until now, spoke up.
Hey, you flashing the pen? Don't treat Genocide Jack like that depressing little four eyes. dirty girl doesn't even bathe herself at all, so I gotta put in 5 times the effort to rub myself down the shower. Eee.
Toko's sudden change in personality sent the students clamoring among themselves. Hey! What the hell does that mean? Monokuma just shook his head.
There are some things even I don't understand.
The students continued to panic at the strange turn of events. Well, hello there, Genocide Jew. Toko, now calling herself Genocide Jack, took out a set of scissors from under her skirt and snipped them with glee as she looked around the gym.
Huh? Man, it's been a while since I got to stretch my legs. So what are you guys gonna do here at the gym while I was snoozing away? Have an orgy?
Not really.
I understand. I totally understand. You guys need me to cut you up your clothes so you can feel even naughtier. I keep a strip style. You alright? Yeah, right? Yeah, right. Why the hell would I do that for you, dumbasses? Yeah, right. Why the hell would I do that for you, dumbasses? My scissors are only meant for cutting the supple. Tear the flesh off the little boys.
Genocide Jack was causing a ruckus, but when she saw Makoto laying on the floor, she tilted her head once again.
Huh? Big Mac? What are you doing on the floor with all that blood?
Wow!
Huh? Big Mac? You're like totally about to die.
I guess I predicted that a little bit. Well, I guess that's understandable. So, Genocide Jill knew Makoto before, of course.
What's the deal? Did the world fill you with so much despair that you all came here to commit mass suicide?
Well, not us, but some other people did take that idea to heart.
That's so hot! But why are you starting without me? Toko, get a hold of yourself.
Genocide Jack ignored that Aoi and let her emotions run unchecked, jumping and dancing with excitement as she held her scissors.
Ah, jeez, I wanted to stab Big Mac's side myself. This spot right here, where the ribs are kind of showing already. Cause he's such a cutie patootie. He's not even screaming right now, though. What does that mean? Oh well, maybe I can just get used to this feeling of alienation instead.
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Shouted Yasuhiro.
This is all the aliens' fault.
This is all the aliens' fault! Yasuhiro buried his head into his arms, but no one was paying attention to him. It was the evil burger! God damn it! He is the one who is doing all this. The student's attention was entirely focused on Genocide Jack. Using that to her advantage, Makoto began sneaking over to Makoto. Oh. Like, Toko is just talking out of her ass, and Makoto is going all sneaky to get Makoto. As she cautiously picked him up, she confirmed that his body temperature was starting to decrease. I can still make it there in time. Though she was carrying another person, Makoto managed to soften the sound of her footsteps as she ran for the gym's doors. By the time the students heard Makoto open the door, it was already too late. She had managed to escape the gym with Makoto. However, not everyone was unaware of what Makoto was doing. Monokuma saw her movements out of the corner of his eye, but chose not to tell the students. And one other person, Kyoko Kirigiri. She saw Makoto carry Makoto away, but did not inform the others as she watched them leave in silence. As everyone wrestled with their own personal thoughts and speculations, Hope's Academy began walking a path toward a completely different chaos. Yep, surely. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that while Makoto is gonna take Makoto to the nursery, Toko and Sakura are gonna fight inside. With Makoto on her back, Makoto took several trophies from the gym entrance hall, and after passing through the door leading to the hallway, she jammed the trophies through the door handles. Though Sakura could easily destroy these makeshift locks, they should buy Makoto a few extra seconds. I don't know, just use the actually, no wait. The golden sword is inside Makoto's room right now. Then Makoto started running to the nurse's office. The place she last spoke to Makoto. Everything necessary for performing first aid could be found there. Her little sister was her enemy. Her fellow Ultimate students were her enemy. Her only ally right now was Makoto, who was on the verge of death. Makoto knew that even she wasn't her own ally right now. Amidst all this chaos, amidst her sister's betrayal and nearly being killed, she believed. She believed she was the only one who truly understood her little sister. That's why she felt like she had to protect her. That's right. That's right. You didn't do anything wrong, Junko. You just wanted to feel despair, that's all, right? Because you love me. That's why you wanted to kill me. You're just trying to feel despair, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed to bring you despair. But at the same time, she wondered if she saves Makoto and betrays her sister by disrupting her plan, wouldn't that fill her with an even stronger despair? Oh, I see where this is going, Makoto. Well, it is your choice, Makoto. If you think that disrupting her plan will make her feel even more despair, and if you think that this will make her happy, then it is your choice. If she betrayed you to bring you despair, and for her to see that despair, then you can do that too, Makoto. Wouldn't that make her happy? But betray Junko. What should I do? Makoto closed her eyes and listened to Makoto's weak breaths. What should I do, Makoto? On a battlefield where all you need to do is kill and survive, Makoto was invincible. Sorry, I was that little sentence over there just made me think of something completely different over there. I was thinking of the manga All You Need Is Kill. She could suppress all her emotions and fully immerse herself in becoming a perfect killing machine. But on this twisted battlefield of daily high school life, she could no longer keep her emotions in check, especially around her little sister. Makoto, the ultimate soldier, was beginning to question being ultimate despair. The impulses of the normal high school girl inside her were starting to affect her state of mind. Even so, the poor girl continued to run through the dark hallways, clinging to this conflict within herself. She was now walking along a narrow, hair-thin path. A path between the hope of Makoto Naegi and the despair of Junko Enoshima.
Meanwhile, everyone still in the gym was left in a state of complete confusion. Toko was famous for being a prolific author, but even though she came across as unsociable and depressing, her mind-blowing transformation seemed to have just tossed that all that aside.
Toko, is Genocide Jack?
Sayaka trembled with fear as Jack tilted her head and stuck out her long tongue.
Huh? What's with this reception, you guys? You guys didn't know who I was? Have I been found out? Or have you known all along?
Hold on a second. Now we have a Genocide Jill. I don't think that she truly knows what is going on around here. So she's gonna say some stuff that will prove to be true. Because of what Mukuro also said. If Genocide Jill is gonna say the right words, I think that Kyoko is gonna pick it up as well that Monokuma is lying.
And why was the Sono Samurai dressed like that? That outfit didn't look good on her at all.
Wait, Silent Samurai? She was dressed like a high school girl. Like an ultimate fashionista. What? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, she's Yeah, she's referring to Mukuro, dressed as a soldier. But now she's seeing that she was dressed as a high school girl, as Junko Enoshima. Which means Toko already knew Mukuro in advance. Confronted by that shocking truth, the students had no idea where to begin talking. So many things were clearly wrong by this point. But there were a few students, such as Byakuya and Kyoko, who opted to remain calm and observe the situation.
Heck yeah! You go, Kyoko.
Alright. Someone better spill it! Okay, who the fuck... I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this is Byakuya. Or not, it's Jill.
Alright, someone better spit it. Who gave Makoto an extra mouth to feed? I don't care if you wanna stab him or slice him. I just can't forgive whoever put that ugly asshole in Big Mac's side.
Genocide Jack spun her scissors in her hands. As she spoke, her emotions and facial expressions constantly changed. Even without the threat of her scissors, she exuded an aura of danger that made her unapproachable. Okay, this is also Genocide Jill.
The flank stick of a young boy like macaroons is like a blue bird that pops out of a golden egg! Well, just let me handle it. I would've killed him so good that even Till and Mill would be eager to die. But poor McCutie's heart and soul have been stomped on by such a sloppy kill!
Who is saying that?
That actually sounds pretty exciting too, but I decline.
Okay, I don't know why... Like, nobody else spoke there, I think. Right? If nobody else spoke and it was just Genocide Jill, then why the fuck were the quote-unquotes separate from one line of dialogue to another? Cause usually you separate like the quote-unquotes when, like, for example, like right here. Or when somebody else is gonna say something after that.
Toko, you're not making any sense!
Screamed Aoi.
What the hell happened to you?
Genocide Jack answered by pointing her scissors at Aoi.
What happened to me? I got bored, that's what! That sore puss locked me up a few days ago, but when she went unconscious, I thought I finally get to do my thing. But I woke up for all this? My cute is soaked with blood and I've got no clue what's going on. It's so damn confusing, all I can do is laugh.
I miss you, Genocide Joe. I cannot wait to play your own adventure. I cannot wait to play your own game. No one seemed to be able to get a straight answer out of Jack, so he only made a timid remark.
I've dealt with girls like this in my 2D dating games. But this doesn't even compare. It's like there's an SSS difficulty level to clear her.
Yeah, in order to get her own path, you're gonna have to do like multiple things.
I can't believe
you didn't even think about her as someone worth clearing, mumbled Leon. It was clear that things were going nowhere, and as if she were responding to everyone else's expectations, Sakura stepped forward. She might be in the throes of confusion. I should try to restrain her for now. And as soon as she heard that, Genocide Jack stopped moving, stuck out her lizard-like tongue, and grinned wickedly.
Oh? What's up? Are you really gonna fight me, Bell Ogre? Too bad. My lovely scissors are only for cutting through adorable boys. Maybe I should just stay home. I won't taint my scissors with your filthy blood.
Replied Sakura.
It seems my words are useless on you.
Sakura entered a fighter's stance, determined to restrain Jack, but Jack knew she couldn't win a fair fight, and adopted a strange stance of her own.
Fight!
I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking of, if you guys have played the Skull Girls. Fuck, I'm forgetting the names. Like, Toko is, Toka reminds me of that one fighter with all the cartoony stuff that she has going for. And Sakura is just another opponent. I wonder what her name was. I don't remember what her name was, but she Toka definitely reminds me of that character from Skullgirls, with all the cartoony stuff. Yeah, but let's see. In a normal fight, Jack would obviously lose to the ogre, but if Jack focused just on dodging attacks, the outcome of the battle would be hard to foresee. That is true. I mean, even Sakura has her own limits. She's gonna try to hit Genocide Jill, but she's gonna get exhausted while... Fuck, Genocide Jill is a fountain of energy! My god, she's not good at fighting like hand-to-hand combat or all that, but she can dodge. She definitely has some moves. I mean, did you see her spin in the air like that? Of course, Genocide Jack's physical abilities were only obvious to a few of the students in the first place. The two women exchanged hostile stares at the other students, as the other students gulped nervously and watched. Except for one person, and that is Kyoko. Kyoko was watching something else. Yeah, she's looking at Monokuma now. She was watching Monokuma, who was in the corner of the gym, moving as white noise emitted from his speakers. He had stopped moving the moment everyone's attention focused on Sakura and Toko. It could be that now Junko is actually focusing on Mukuro and Makoto, who had escaped. So this particular Monokuma just completely stopped functioning. Like, Junko in this killing game cannot control more than one, well, actually I think she can. I mean, I think she can control multiple Monokumas, but as long as they are in the same room, but you cannot have her control two Monokumas that are in totally different places. I mean, now she's watching the... Well, actually, no, wait. She cannot, she has to watch the cameras. She has to see where Mukuro and Makoto are going. So, she cannot control Monokuma at the same time. Now I remember. It's possible that Madarai's hacking had been disrupted, but an infinite number of other possibilities were also swirling around in Kyoko's mind. She brushed back her hair with a gloved hand, and continued to watch. Oh! Her beautiful hair. She brushed it off with her gloved hand. Though she couldn't fully remember her talent, the actions she was taking right now were fueled by pure instinct. And the strange situations that kept occurring in front of her were shaking her to her very core. Her mind worked diligently to scoop out countless amounts of information from her vast sea of memories. And as they were synchronizing with the synapses firing in her brain, Sakura and Toga kicked off the ground at the same time, and intense impact rang throughout the gym. Yeah, just, you know what, Kyoko, I think that it would be best to just leave this gym and just do your own thing, you know. Thanks to that heated battle that was unfolding in the gymnasium, Mukuro Ikusawa was Okay, I do have to say something up here. Whose blood is that? Is that Makoto's? Otherwise, it cannot be Hifumi's blood. I mean, he didn't die. Mukuro Ikusawa was able to buy more time than she had imagined. And as soon as she entered the nurse's office, she rummaged around for medical supplies and did what she could to stop the bleeding. Though still quite shallow, Makoto's breathing slowly stabilized. Mukuro let out a little sigh of relief. However, even though she was somehow able to stop the bleeding, she wasn't out of the woods yet. Miraculously enough, it seemed like none of Makoto's major arteries or organs were damaged. Was this perhaps thanks to his ultimate luck? Or maybe he wasn't actually all that lucky. After all, the only sort of medical treatment he could hope for was partial at best. Mukuro couldn't decide. If only I could do a blood transfusion. The nurse's office should have had several blood packs for transfusions. Mukuro suspected that Makoto's blood type might be written in his e-handbook, but as she reached out over to search his pockets.
Haha. I see you're reaching for a sleeping boy's clothes. Wonder what's about to happen next.
God damn it, Monokuma.
Adults can keep playing, but you kids better press the B button, okay?
Makoto turned toward that familiar voice and saw Monokuma standing before her.
You're all alone with Makoto right now. Just think of me as a cute wild animal and let your lust lead away. As the headmaster, I must prevent any illicit sexual relationships. But physical education classes are just fine, Missy.
Wow.
Though he looked just like the one that was at the gym.
It was clearly a different Monokuma. Multiple Monokumas had been placed throughout the entire academy, so it wasn't a stretch for him to suddenly appear out of nowhere. Regardless, the same person was controlling all of them. Mukuro had been wary of Monokuma attacking her while she was treating Makoto's wounds, but his appearance at this particular moment seemed to take her by surprise. Junko? Asked Mukuro cautiously. Monokuma tilted his head, along with his entire upper body, inquisitively.
Junko? Who's that? Junko? I never heard of that country before.
No more jokes. Answer me, Junko. You are planning to kill me earlier, right?
Junko this, Junko that. What's your problem? I'm telling you, I'm Monokuma. It must be a big disappointment if you can't even remember something like that. You're not just a disappointment as a person, you're a disappointment as a sister too. You're too skinny, and your brain is nothing but muscles, and your personality is just unbearable.
I'm sorry. She didn't need to apologize, but hearing her little sister call her a disappointment yet again was enough to make the ultimate soldier recoil. Monokuma ignored her and her current situation, climbed on top of Makoto's barely breathing body, and began poking his cheeks.
So, what are you gonna do with Makoto now? I'm really interested in human mating habits, you know.
What are you? Asked Makoto before trading off. Monokuma lowered his tone and began whispering into her ear.
Makoto's a pretty nice guy, huh? He even sacrificed himself to save you. He is so generous that it's actually hopeless.
He is not dead yet, insisted Makoto. Despite her firm tone, she couldn't hide the fear lingering in her voice.
That's the most disappointing thing about you. You can't even say, I won't let him die.
I won't let him die, Junko. Makoto could barely get a word in as Monokuma interrupted into puhuhus and ahahas and continued to torment her.
Oh, as if you could do that. Too bad, no regrets. See you tomorrow! Is this all because Makoto was the first person to smile at you? You. A disappointing, depressing, unladylike, inhuman killing machine!
Despite denying that he was Junko, Monokuma began speaking at length about Mukuro's past. This contradiction was very much like Junko, and Mukuro was so shaken that all she could do was watch the bear prattle on and on. Okay, Mukuro, just enough. Just stop listening to this bullshit. Be strong.
Only the fit survive in this world. The only thing that kind-hearted people can do is die, you know. That's proof. You're gonna watch Makoto die really soon.
He won't die. Makoto's tone of voice had become irregular ever since she took off her Junko wig. Aside from her conversation with Makoto, everything she said as Junko was from a script that her sister had written, but now there was no script for Mukuro to rely on anymore. Well, that is if you don't put into account the game's script. Mukuro was treating Monokuma like she would treat her own sister. If the other students saw her acting so weak, they'd never believe she was the same person who fought Sakura in the gym. And not just that, if anyone from her mercenary past could see her now, her stark change in attitude might make them think she was someone else entirely. Monokuma continued to rail against Mukuro.
No, he's gonna die. I know it's sad, but you just have to face the facts.
Monokuma wriggled his limbs and danced around, then pointed right at Mukuro's face.
Because Makoto is gonna die by your own hands!
Huh?
In fighting among the terrorists, the big bad terrorist silences the weak-willed.
The big bad terrorist silences the weak-willed. Makoto before he can leak any information. Doesn't that happen all the time? In the end, all the desperate things you said in the gym.
In fighting among the terrorists, the big bad terrorist silences the weak-willed Makoto before he can leak any information. Doesn't that happen all the time?
I don't fucking know what is going on with this thing over here. Who is talking over here? Ah, it's Monokuma. Okay.
Makoto before he can leak any information. Doesn't that happen all the time? In the end, all the desperate things you said in the gym turn out to be lies you told just to escape.
No, that's not true. She didn't say any lies. She did want to save Makoto. Makoto frowned at Monokuma.
You cannot do that, Junko. I won't let you do that.
As she blurted out those words in a trembling voice, Makoto was gripped with confusion about what she had just said.
Am I defying Junko right now? Why?
It was a strange feeling. To Makoto, it was like she was standing on the ledge of a tall building and imagining what would happen if she jumped. A destructive feeling, akin to holding a friend's baby and wondering what would happen if you tripped and fell. Before she knew it, fear and anxiety had suddenly taken control of Mukuro's heart. No, Mukuro! As a member of Fenrir, and as the ultimate despair, Mukuro had killed innumerable people. She had handled live grenades before. She had descended from the sky in a parachute, as anti-aircraft weaponry fired all around her. Her heart never wavered on the battlefield, but now it felt like it could collapse at any second. Monokuma, however, was as stable as a tree, and slightly tilted his head to the side.
Huh? Weren't you listening to my story? I'm not the one who's gonna kill Makoto. You are.
What are you saying, Junko? Monokuma began giving a strange explanation to a very confused Mukuro.
Do you know what the suspension bridge effect really means? It means you push the person you love off a bridge, and they'll be yours for eternity.
I haven't heard that at all.
Life doesn't always follow what your textbooks say. It's sad, but that's what love is.
His words made no sense, and Mukuro couldn't think of anything to say as she stood there dumbfounded. Meanwhile, Monokuma continued his little speech, intentionally saying things meant to antagonize Mukuro. If you pushed somebody off a bridge, they'll be in your heart for eternity, eh? What do you think about that, Mukuro? Would you do something like that to your little sister? Do you think that would be the best thing? Do you think that what she's saying is true here? Do you think that what she's saying here can help you? Or...
Basically, this is your big chance, you know. If you kill Makoto right here and now, nobody will ever take him away from you again.
Makoto Naegi, dead by dawn.
The last name he ever spoke was Mukuro Ikusaba. The last person he ever smiled at was Mukuro Ikusaba. Doesn't that sound wonderful?
Yeah, shut up, Monokuma. There was a certain appeal to Monokuma's twisted suggestion, and Mukuro found herself unsure of her own judgment. Oh, not about Makoto, but I'm just saying, Mukuro, there's a totally different person that I'm thinking of right now. There was a certain appeal to that. This is wrong. It has to be wrong. But it's really Junko saying all this. So doesn't that mean it's right? No, this isn't Junko. It's Monokuma. Monokuma.
And are you sure you want to help Makoto? Once it gets better, he's gonna know everything. Hell, he'll know what you did to your classmates. I can't believe you would actually erase your friends' memories of their time together. Don't force them to kill each other. You mean Makoto? Makoto might get mad at you and say, our real enemy isn't the bear, it's her!
No, he wouldn't say that.
Do you really want him to blame you for this?
No, Makoto. I know Makoto and he would not blame you. I think that he knows. Makoto's face turned pale.
Why are you going to kill the others? If everyone except you and Makoto dies, you'll be able to spend the rest of your school life together. We can't hold a class trial with only 2 people. It might be a good idea for you both to live the rest of your lives in this academy forever.
No, that's wrong.
And what are you gonna do if his memories return? It's not like you were dating Makoto or anything. You were just watching him from afar the whole time. Man, you're so shy. You can shoot people's hearts and brains no problem, but you can't even woo some stupid boy into liking you. Do you wanna know who Makoto had a crush on before his memories were taken away? I think that's pretty obvious.
Makoto trembled as Monokuma continued pressing the issue, gradually losing the screws keeping her heart secure. So Makoto chose to pretend she didn't hear anything at all. All emotion vanished from her face, and she looked silently for Makoto's handbook.
If you're looking for his blood type, it's not written in the handbook.
Makoto's face turned pale. Within 5 seconds, her plan to ignore Monokuma had already failed.
But since your headmaster is made out of 50% kindness, I'll tell you anyway. Makoto's blood type is B.
As soon as she heard him say that, all the anxiety, horror, hostility, malice, and dread churning within Makoto had completely vanished. Thank you, Junko. Makoto's eyes sparkled without a hint of suspicion, so she turned her back to Monokuma without a hint of suspicion. Huh. Makoto, what are you doing? And walked toward the refrigerator containing the blood packs. Fresh blood packs should have been prepared before the plan took effect. They are lasting cold storage for 21 days. They should still be good. Despite her emotionless face, Makoto let herself feel a small amount of satisfaction as she took a blood pack from the refrigerator. As Monokuma watched her, his normally emotionless eyes twitched her ever so slightly. If a third party could see his face right now, or even if the other students could see his face right now, they'd wonder, is Monokuma surprised? That's right. They have the same shocked look on their faces as if they were seeing Monokuma for the first time. At that moment, a whisper crept out of Monokuma's emotionless face. There should be a limit to how disappointing you can be. It was far quieter than the mosquito's wings. Even with her battle-hardened hearing, Makoto couldn't hear what he said. And Monokuma shook his head, and the voice returned to normal.
It's not like I care that you, the ultimate despair, has hope in anything. It's not like I expected much from you to begin with, so this will at least help me feel despair. But seriously, you disappoint me. Just so you know, despair and disappointment are completely different things, okay? They're as different as bears and pandas.
What are you... Makoto's body started to shake as she turned back to look at Monokuma. He hadn't started talking any differently than usual. Junko hadn't turned off the voice modulator and started talking in her real voice or anything. And yet, Makoto was utterly terrified. Aw, man. Am I like the only one who thought that Makoto is gonna go to the refrigerator and just out of surprise, like, throw a fucking knife or something, like, attack Monokuma out of surprise? For a little bit, like, Makoto had a plan there? Was that just me, or something like that? I don't know. She was terrified on instinct, not as a soldier. Half the reason she was terrified was because of her instincts as the ultimate despair. And the other half was because she was Junko's older sister. Even from Monokuma, her instincts were telling her that Junko was annoyed with her. Junko? Why are you annoyed? Is it because I betrayed you? Or is it because I didn't die like you wanted me to?
I'm beyond annoyed. I'm really, really angry, and I'm really, really disappointed right now. I'm so pissed I could take a rage rap right now.
Monokuma's anger didn't seem any different from his usual anger towards the students, but Makoto could instinctively sense another emotion mixed with it. Right now, she could feel that Junko was feeling hopeless disappointment. Hopeless disappointment. Mukuro, think about it. What would make your little sister the happiest person in the world? You're seeing it right now. It's not for someone who's disappointed to lose hope, but for ultimate despair, disappointment means something else entirely. To them, disappointment was tantamount to losing despair itself. Mukuro was a member of Ultimate Despair. At her sister's behest, Mukuro had soiled her hands many times in order to fill the world with despair. Despite her pride toward being a member of Ultimate Despair, there was a clear difference between Mukuro and her sister. Junko Enoshima was despair incarnate. She was born in despair, letting it affect other people's hopes so he could rot them from the inside out, twisting them into her own image. For Junko, feeling hope was its own despair. Creating despair in others created despair in herself, which caused her to feel both intense pain and intense bliss. Junko had walked the fracture created from the conflict between pleasure and penance all her life. Eventually, the fracture would widen until it soiled the road and tore it in half. But Mukuro, on the other hand, had neither hope nor despair for the world. At least, not when she was a member of Fenrir. Ever since she was a child, Mukuro believed she was meant to spread despair because of her sister. She didn't harbor any ill will toward the world. She simply accepted she was meant to spread despair, and chose to walk the same path as her sister. The doubt she felt was only a recent development. When Junko told her about the plan, when she watched the world burn at the hands of terrorists wearing Monokuma masks, she never wavered once. However, as soon as she heard about her sister's plan to make their classmates kill each other, Makoto included, a strange feeling began to stir within her. What started as a seed of doubt soon grew into a thorny vine ensnaring Mukuro's feet. And as soon as she disguised herself as Junko and finished meeting the other students, as soon as she had confirmed that everyone's memories had been completely taken away, that vine began tightening around Mukuro's heart. Junko's the only one who knows about me now. Junko's the only one who knows about me now. That's it. But that's no problem. It's just like old times. Things will never go back to how they used to be, but that's fine. This should be fine. She had relinquished the past 2 years she had spent with her friends, so she could betray them, and deliver death and despair onto them. Though her heart ached, Mukuro was beyond feeling guilt or remorse for her actions. But the question, why does my heart ache like this, still remained unanswered. Perhaps that's why she spent so much time talking to Makoto, even when he was in the nurse's office. And when Makoto gave her that one particular answer, something changed inside her.
In return, I promise that if I do decide to kill someone, it won't be you.
The words Makoto blurted out to Makoto weren't being improvised to further her role as Junko. was an honest sentiment from the bottom of her heart. She wasn't even planning to ask Junko herself if Makoto could somehow be spared from her plan. Know this, Makoto. You don't need to have your future be decided by Junko, you know. You are your own person. Even if you love your little sister, it doesn't mean that you cannot do what you want to do. You don't have to be like this. You can be free. You can be free to do whatever you want as well. You don't have to feel this way. Over the past 2 years, Makoto's interest had been slowly shifting away from her sister and toward the world itself. By extension, her interests also included Makoto, the first person to ever smile at her and make her feel connected to the world. He was like a sapling of pure honesty that had taken root in Makoto's heart. But by the time she realized that, the tree had already rotted. As Makoto struggled to understand the situation, Monokuma let out a sigh and said,
I wonder which part of you is a wolf anyway. You're just a dog that blindly follows Junko's orders. What does the tattoo in your hand even mean? Are you just a bitch who's pledged her loyalty to her owner? I bet Toko would say that. I'm positive.
Monokuma continued to talk as Makoto stood in confusion.
I was obviously lying when I say Makoto's blood type is B.
What? You lied? Junko.
Another person would have been suspicious. I never thought you'd actually believe me just now. I must have misplaced my eyes because I totally did not see that coming. Not even with my ability to predict the future. How shocking. Jeez, I'm about to start crying my ass out like some sort of robo-cat. Seriously.
It's going to be okay, Junko. I know our plan kind of fell apart, but I'm still on your side. Are you feeling alright? Because I'll do anything.
Snap!
A harsh sound came from Monokuma's mouth.
That sound was one of my circuits overloading. It's been so long since I felt this angry. Meet me on the roof of the school. I'll mash out all your baby teeth.
Monokuma started shadowboxing in front of Makoto, who remained frozen in place, clutching a blood pack in her hand.